So for step 34, attaching the headlights, this is going to be a fairly simple step. It really is just a matter of putting some double-sided tape on and then attaching them to the front. Now the only difference is you can see here, they're actually telling you to use the double-sided tape and cut them exactly as shown. So those are actual size, and we're going to need to grab that tape and do that. So I'm going to cut the pieces to that size, and then we'll install them onto the front of the truck. So there are the double-sided pieces cut the way that they want them, and you can see here, this one here actually is the one that's going to fit onto the end of there. So we'll first take off one side so that I can make sure that this is fitting correctly. Yep. So you can see there's one piece right there. And then on the other side, you can see that it's designed to fit, well, pretty much just like that, more or less. So we'll take this double-sided tape off. And same again, let's make sure that's correct. Yes, we're going to place that more or less correctly. There we go. Just like that. So we've got our two pieces ready to go. Now I'm going to have to do the same thing with the other side. So we're going to cut two more pieces and then put those onto the other light. So again, I've got two more pieces cut to the right size. So again, we're going to peel this off. I'm just going to make sure that that is going to be correct. Yes. So we'll peel that side off. And we'll attach that there. Just like that. And on the other one, same thing, just want to make sure that's going to be correct. Yes, it is. So we'll peel that off. And you can see that's going to sit just like that. So now we've got our double-sided tape in place. We can grab the body and install it into the front end. So you can see how they're wanting you to place it upside down and put it in. But I think what you're going to find, it might be better to do it from the other side. And the reason being is you're still going to need to eyeball this to make sure that it goes in correctly. So for example, we know that this is our right light, and you can see that going in, it's going to need to sit just like that, and you're going to want to make sure that it's in the correct spot. And to my mind, the only way you can really see that it's in the correct spot before you stick it in is to see it from this side and kind of get a sense of where it needs to be, and then push from behind and make sure that it's in place. So I'm going to have to do this off camera because this is going to be in the way. I need to be able to make sure that this is correct before I stick it down with the double-sided tape. I'll do one and we'll see how this works. Maybe I will still be able to show you how to do it. Okay, so I tried eyeballing this with the camera so I could actually show you putting these in. But you really need to be able to not only see this from the back, but see it from the front. And I was finding that difficult with the camera. And I ended up having to undo one and basically peel it away from the paint, which I was a little concerned about, but it worked out okay. But you can see that they look fine, and that's worked out. So I'm good with that. But what you're going to need to do is pretty much eyeball that to make sure that they are going in correctly, so that all around the edges you're actually going to see the light casing from the outside. Because if you stick them down, and you know, from here they look fine, but if you stick them down and you haven't checked, you're going to find that there's gaps in these areas around the edging. So just be careful of that. But I'm happy with that. I think they've turned out really cool. So that's awesome. So 34 is now complete. So now we can move on to step 35 and work with the tail lights.